Take that! Objection!
Not so fast! Hold it!
Objection! Objection!
Objection! Hold it! Not so fast! Objection! 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 Objection!
Okay. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. And do you hear me now? Okay. Good. So we didn't need to close Streamlabs. And I don't need to restart the stream. So yeah, we got it. I hope it wasn't bad for like all that, because if it was, it would be pretty awkward. But oh well, I hope that like the rest of the stream didn't have any audio issues. I'm gonna... Man, we're in the middle of the action, but I also... Now I feel like I have to apologize on Twitter, on the Bird app, for the technical difficulties. Meanwhile, I'm the sick... No! That sucks! Is it like... Like, do you have like a... I arrived to enjoy... Normal cold. Okay, at least it's a normal cold and not anything bad. I think I'm gonna get myself some tea. Like, I'm gonna be taking a break and like, to get something to eat in like a minute. So I think I'm gonna make my... I think it's like, for the audio issues... So I'm going to be taking a 5-minute break to get myself something to eat, and also to get myself some tea, because man, my throat is not being very nice today. I'm just going to putting it on, and I'll be putting the Streamlabs music so you guys have some royalty-free jazz. Okay, guys, we're back. Why is the UI of... There we go. I hope I didn't leave you guys hanging for too long. It took me some while to make myself... I didn't only sit down to make myself tea, I also made myself a sandwich. La tea and la sandwich. Today, and like I took some bread. I put in like two pastrami, like I put in like pastrami and turkey, and some pickles, and it's really nice. And yeah, dinner. Yeah. So I do know that ideally I should be eating dinner before I start streaming, but alas, I sometimes just don't do that because I'm hungry. Let's continue. That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I didn't see any of them during our private times. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. Then I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you'd better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. I mean, you could also have a glider. Did you think of that? Ugh. Ugh. But how do I prove something that flew through the air at this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation. It sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is... Well, it's a statue. Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the primitive statue replica. You can't be serious. The autograph, or rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside the bomb. She dressed as a replica statue in clothes and launched it through the air.
Not so fast!
Huh. Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air? How exactly did she do that? He's literally bawling his fangs at me, not in the kinky way. But he has a point. Yeah. I mean... More werewolf than vampire, to be honest. But, like, if we're talking vampires, you couldn't be a gangrel. Yeah, as long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Okay, welcome to the stream, guys. We're currently doing some Mythbusters. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I murdered just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you at his office, right? So, just before the murder, Francisco was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order to answer that question, I will need to hear a testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh. Welcome to the stream, Netsters. I am currently continuing Ace Attorney investigations. Currently in the endgame, so heavy Ace Attorney investigation spoilers, be warned. Oh, what are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said just before the murder occurred. Miss Von Karma has been in this room because Ambassador Alba called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it was my duty to ask her what her side of the story is. You really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too. I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. The killer. Yeah. Walkie-talkie for homing noises. Don't worry, he's gonna be in case 2. Like, explode. That made me laugh more than I expected. Yeah. Francisco, I figured I didn't have enough information. I stopped him. Which is why a testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Alright. So, what would you like me to talk about? I heard that you feast as if I knew myself until you came through this room. Well, let's try your way for a change. Your way. Well, let's try this your way for a change. What is this grammar? Grammar has stopped working for Shilong Lang. But if what she says turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can hold. No! I mean, there's a G and an H in here. You're not interpreting Edgeworth's noises correctly. As you wish. Let's see what Francisca has to say. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. Because he is exploded. I can think of a way Lane can learn Edgeworth's noises. Yeah, just open up AO3 and you'll find many of them. Or we can just call Francisca's Perfect Whipping Services. We are still looking for customers. Please call us. We are in credit debt. Turns out my way is a little too violating for health violations. After I saw the steel samurai offing his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back to Ambassador Alba to his office. Okay. One sec. A bear entered my cabin again. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. For now, the only way I can see for us to break out of the situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail. Sure, let's do that. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in Alabastion. After I saw the Steel Samurai off his way towards... Okay.
Hold it!
Steel Samurai. So you're at the theatre as well? Yes, and I suppose you were also as well, watching that stage show? Well, yes, so Francisca was there. Well, after the show was over and I saw the Steel Samurai off... maybe she was probably mocking him because, man... Of course she was mocking him for watching the Steel Samurai. Man, that is just that is such little sister behavior. I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation.
Hold it!
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Extraterritorial planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Extraterritorial did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Ugh. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Ugh. Calm down, Francisca. No, I'm not calming down! My startup is in flames! I can't believe the joke is continuing. She must still be in a nervous grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. No. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were aware of the speech which was set to start soon thereafter. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Hold it!
At the time, the Master Second's body has yet to be found in this room, is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Alba was there. Hey, Kiana, good to see you. We're currently in the bit where Francisca is being accused by Lang because Lang is too angry to think rationally for 3 seconds. Not to blame him because his partner betrayed him hard. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do you know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Yeah, you better sweat, Lang. I think I have some wax in my tea. It's like when I took this tea, like when I put in the honey, we bought like a honey and like inside of it there was also a comb of there was also like the beehive wax thing. So like I took some, I think that like some of the wax just like sipped into the tea. You know, I was like, honeycomb. Yeah, the honeycomb. I'm such a genius. You know, I was also like, I should probably eat this. I want to try tasting the honeycomb. The chunk of honeycomb inside the honey because it looks delicious. And then I took a bite and it's just wax. Just super understandable. So yeah, that's my story. When I arrived at the office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on his windowsill watering his plants. Oh, I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Honey, yeah. Gah. Alright then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? When I arrived, Ambassador Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that the Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when he entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view as what he was doing. Is that not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. Unfortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. Did she whip Francisco, did you whip a politician? I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me. It would have been funnier if you just whipped him, but... with the watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself and growing them in utmost care, you know. Plant girly, returns. Yes. The plants in this room, they're all like my children. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All 4 of them are in fact in full bloom. Ooh, we found it. I don't think Francisca would be long around if she would have been ambassador for nature. Yeah, that's what I meant. Miss Buncalma, what did you say just now? I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. But what about that statement do you not understand? What do you not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. There were 4 large passion flowers in bloom in the flower box. Well, when we visited it, there were only 2 of them, guys. 2 of them.
Objection!
What happened there? Francisca. For some odd reason, Francisca is the formation. I mean, true, she is German. It is true, for she is very German. It does appear that way. Ha! I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this? Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna be taken away, sir. Ugh. All I have done is state what I saw. The game only has space for 1 German, and the creme is not Deutschland as possible. Not an ambassador, though, just a foreigner. Yeah, Expo thinks it's just being a troll. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. I think this is also the reason why Francisca doesn't show up in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Because Clavier and Kristoff are like filling the Deutschland capacity. Kidding. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important to this juncture, Miles? They had space for 2 Deutschland. At the very least, it's a contradiction on this enigmatic case. One that I find rather hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Huh. Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer would become clear if we were to examine the flower box. Welcome to the stream. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy. They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth. I understand. I've been interested until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The name of these flowers, I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how you look at it, there is only 2 of them to be here. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you. Omja, clocks are real. The flowers are not clocks! Ugh. Miles Edgeworth, hurry up and shut this man for me already. Not believe you. I suppose I will need to review some evidence to shut him up, wouldn't I? Humph. I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require. Oh! You do you? You have such confidence in your face. Letting calling people sis took on a different vibe in recent years. I mean, in what way? Is it like I know that like what he's doing, like it's a translation of like the Japanese, in Japanese like he calls them Aniki and like and it's Yakuza. Like it's how they speak in Yakuza clans. But I highly doubt it'll last till the end. You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bulk after you see the evidence. The truth in passion flowers can be seen in this piece of evidence. And
Take
this.
that!
Sheena, who was supposedly in Babal this entire time, had these hair sticks on her. And that took exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are actually support sticks for passion flowers. And so what? Is this really all that important to the case? Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was snuggled between the countries tonight. Can you show the flowers again later? I mean, I can show them now. Here are the flowers. It's not a clock. Clocks? Translink. Ah, sis. Maybe. Oh, sis! Like CIS. I need a big image. Then look it up online or something. I mean, if it shows up, then you might as well look at it, but fine. Think about it logically. What do you mean, no? Agent Lang, these sticks were originally in alabaster, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babal the whole night. Lady. Oh, I see. I think I might get it, but sure. Translang for... Shilong Lang said trans rights. Make no mistakes. These sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and statue. Ugh. Humph. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babal. Oh, lazy. Yeah, we're calling him out for being lazy. Lady lazy. How did these support sticks find their way into Babal and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up here. Aha! So that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. Huh. It's just a little stick, isn't it? Huh. So it is, but the shape of the support stick is what's important. But when they are used with something in this room, that's when it comes to focus. The object that completes the picture when using support sticks is... And I know what it is. You know who it is.
Eureka!
Eureka! Lang being trans might explain the whole alpha male bullshit, but dude's trying to correct to the max lol. Gender validation. He's looking for his gender euphoria. That's a crossbow. Wait. You're not really suggesting... I am. These hair sticks or other plant support sticks would actually make the perfect arrows. Ayah! Headcanon approved and accepted. I've done it. I found a common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using an arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all these things together.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor. Hold up for a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. Test him. Let's go. Border crossing part 2. Sibabal's statue was draped in the autograph's clothes and then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. I don't think they need to tell you that the primitive statue don't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? I like how one of his statements is about Edgeworth being a realist. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more and then fly like a bird in the wind. I will fit that sword on the crossbow and nobody can stop me. Not even physics. Man, that does look really hard though, because... The primitive statue flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. Welcome to my TED Talk. If Tyrion Lancer can cock a crossbow, so can you. Sure. If you get fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't even go as far as the statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you the primitive statue didn't sprout wings. For you see, he is very small. Yes, that's one of his defining characteristics. Listen, I only watched one episode, like two-ish episodes from Game of Thrones, and Lindsay Ellis's video essays about like why the finale sucked.
Hold it!
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. George I.R.R. Martin is an asshole and I don't support his works. Huh. Listen, I don't really know what Martin did. You guys are feel free to duke it out in the comments while I solve some crimes. I never read the books, they're very long, and so is the show, and like now that the show's over and like the ending sucks, then I don't really have much of a reason. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions. What did this shooter want to launch with the crossbow and not the statues themselves? But rather, something a crossbow can launch can be used in statues. I mean, you know, I can also just open up Google and look up George R.R. Martin controversies and then see something about it. But alas, I'll probably do that after stream because we have things to do. If it wasn't tied to the arrows, what did the crossbows launch? Well, something you did not find.
Objection!
This. I hope you guys aren't hearing any noises outside the cabin. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. One sec. Okay, so, racism and transphobia. I know about that. I just don't like him because he's rude and disrespectful. That's fair. I mean, sometimes it's the lack of pleasant personality. I mean, honestly, it's like, honestly, like, I feel that's one of the things about, like, being problematic, like, having problematic authors that, like... Okay, door closed, door open again. It's like you have, I said he's an asshole. Like, with me, I feel it's like, I've read Ender's Game this year, and I really like the book. I think it's wonderful, it made me cry, there's a lot of things in there. But I went into it fully aware that Orson Scott Card is a piece of shit, and I have been told by people is that, like, the best way to engage with Ender's Game is to like, disengage with the author as much as possible. Like, at all. And, for the record, I also did not buy the book. I borrowed it from a family member. So, no money went to him. Yeah, anyways, back to other matters at hand. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. Heh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot Mr. Cochin's office. All the way from the 5th floor in Alabastion Embassy. Down to the 3rd floor in the Bobbleys Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's primitive statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th and 3rd floor. But then, what about Babal's primitive statue? It's both, you're both stupid. Yeah, it's across the room. I think it's also, I also think it's, it might be a localization issue. Maybe in Japanese they called it, like, a bolt. And in the localization, someone forgot that a crossbow bolt is a thing that exists. I almost forgot about it as well until it reminded me. Going in the opposite way of gravity, from the 3rd floor of the Bobbleys Embassy, up to the 5th floor in Alabastion Embassy. How do you explain that? Aha! I think I finally see how the gears behind this sort of trick work. Agent Kling, the version used behind this trick. I'm a history nerd and they're annoying me. Oh, do not invoke the wrath of the history nerds. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion. What motion? I'm too busy unhealthily coping with the loss of my partner. And it's rotary motion. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the two statues are transported simultaneously...
Not so fast!
Simultaneously? Get real! These statues will collide with something along the way. I thought we were gonna say being a trans icon, maybe. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. My mind is full of mystery.
Objection!
Mystery and brain frost. Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? If you shot an arrow with two ends on the wire and tied to it, a circular belt will be formed.
Not so fast!
So basically they went on a ski trip. Long's says, don't object and call this sus. I said sus. Don't object and call this success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires. On top of the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway.
Objection!
Agent Lang, please use your fucking brain. As you know, the British statues are one of a kind national treasure. and the fact that the ball statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Langsy says, "Oh!" I can't take him seriously! He's so fucking goofy! Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in 2 different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the 2 ends of a wire down one arrow. Ace Attorney is a goofy series, yeah, very much so. They cross-examine a parrot in game 1, it's very goofy. Yuck. Man, I cannot do a goofy. I cannot do a goofy impersonation. Of course, the co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the 2 ends of the wire down on one arrow. Yuck. I'm gonna do another one. Then the 2 of them covered the statue and proceeded to transport the statue to where to stop. Oh, I've unlocked the creature from hell. Not me checking the Japanese script to see what they call arrows, otherwise known as Kingdom Hearts universe. Okay, after all the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to the wall, where it was disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock QED. What is QED? I'm gonna check. QED means quod erat demonstratum, so it's like which was demonstrated while Edgeworth is so pretentious. I love him. Ha! Ha! Grr! She whipped him. Ha! I got you in the end, Shilongling. This proves it right, Agent Kling. But I am not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? You're not as good as Zakila. Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain summon back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just as that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence. One more. This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into a fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. I think it made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it's right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt. This is, I believe, what made the circular belt is this thing right here.
Take that!
Ha! Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again. As the last piece of the trick. Our 2 pulleys! Precisely. Now you're just southern. It's a very bad southern accent. Not as bad as the goofy one. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of these offices, the ceiling fans are made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run off. Offended. I did not mean to offend any Southerners, by the way. Everyone in their own accent. It's not as bad as a Japanese person speaking a Southern accent. It sounds insane. Wow. Yeah, it's like, okay, let's continue. This must be it. This is how the smuggler bypassed the pinch. I miss Bad. I miss him too. It's okay. Bad will show up in the after credits and in the in Prosecutor's Gambit. Girl, you really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you've figured it out already, haven't you? You know what the big hotshot who set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show. Needs to be someone who has the knowledge of the existence of the ceiling fan in both the Alabastian and Barbalese offices, and that the Passion Flower support sticks could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. I keep seeing LeBlanc in the Japanese script, and I keep thinking Persona. Well, yeah, like Cafe LeBlanc. He's called White, Zinc White in the Japanese translations, but because they already had a red white, they changed it to LeBlanc. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A simply point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. There is a piece of evidence that will point to who the mysterious mastermind is. Oh, I need to present evidence? Yay. I'm pretty sure I need to present Corsius Alba. Fudge, I didn't save. No, I need to present evidence. Our history, it appears I have no choice but to rush in. Single point of finger here, in this case will explain to a national incident. Okay, I can't... It was a fake, but was spotted the real one. It's originally from Alabast. I think it's the passion flowers, isn't it?
Take that!
Yeah, it is. The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of a crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box of this very room. And they were planted for so long that the passion flowers had time to grow so big. And Miss Von Carmen didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. Pale Glacier permitted the term gay. Added permitted term gay. Such a funny text. It's just the reason the person has very detailed information on the embassy layout. So as you may already have guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew these flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus it can only be you, Horsius Alba. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all the stuff he just outlined? Why in the world would he need a trick to use a trick like that? I understand your need to doubt me. However, there's one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result of Ambassador Alva's sought to obtain. If we're to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we'll finally have the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. Maybe it's the Alabastrian statue.
Take that!
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been in reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Prima statue for the fake, I sense very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for the reasons than King Prima himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, whether with or without your permission. Only silence. Okay, so there is a handprint here as well. These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprint. The fact that they're on here suggests that the statue once belonged to Bilbao. So it was smuggled from Bilbao to Alabast, huh? Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in? Oh, there's something else. Let's see. Maybe I need to examine the head. This guy looks kind of like the Seal Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador. Two nations, formerly one, all composed of Toku nerds. I suppose that's possible, Take a look at this area around the base of its neck. Looks like a gap. Hey, you're right! Maybe it meant to be some kind of secret. Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from the gap in its construction. What? Hurry up and open it, Miles. Alright, here goes. Oh my god, it's the printing mold! Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's that thing that fell out? I believe it's a more thorough examination of it is required. This is the thing where they were used to manufacture the counterfeit bills. I know it's probably censorship reasons, but I like how investigations in apologists focus on a non-drug smuggling rings. Yeah, it's also more interesting. Like drug smuggling rings has been done a lot in American TV and in general. Medicine smuggling, poison smuggling, counterfeit bill smuggling is much more interesting. You know, I also think about with printing money. It reminds me of Drake and Josh special, where there was a scene where they printed money. What in the is this? Hey, is this what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Courtroom smuggling evidence. Yeah, also that. I believe that we've long last arrived at the exit of this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. Printing money reminds me of Sims 2 on the DS. Awfully specific, but appreciated. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabast to begin with. The primitive statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. And the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object of which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plates from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into the Master Second. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at the Master Second and... Sims 2 on the DS is a wild experience. Yeah, sounds interesting. Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba, you are the leader of the smuggling ring. You become Ratman. Ooh. The country's a mess. And it's all because of you? True patriot, this one. You're the one who killed Master Mask II. Answer us. Have to team up with aliens to fight robot apes. Oh, yeah, that is classic early Sims. Early Sims. Sounds really cool. I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of this smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin.
Not so fast!
Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt on to a dead man. And there's one thing I'm sure of is that you're the real ringleader, Corsius Alba. It's not good to speak with such subjective... It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know it. You know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity. My conclusion is anything but, and the result of logic and investigation. Yeah. Logic and investigations, tongue and noises. Yeah, no, it's, I got a bit tongue-tied. Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. Oh, shots fired. Man, when Lang loses his cool, he really loses his cool. Oh, I don't think we can give such a flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you? Please remind me, generate yellow temperance exists. Yeah, yellow. I still have nightmares. I still have nightmares about baby Polnareff. It looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I can sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. Makes thanks. Is it like the Spy Family face? It's like, yeah, correct. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you out through all that. You accuse me of murder! I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. Oh, so he wasn't being stupid, he was just pulling a trick. Yeah, that's more explainable. Indeed. I knew this whole incident has been meticulously planned and prepared for. Seeing Lang's pronounced canines makes me feel weird since my canines were grinding down to nothing as good. Oh, that sucks. Wow, that really sucks. Sorry you had to go through that. It sounds pretty painful. Woo, Kegs 5 Lang, let's go! So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get him to take another look around. So he was pretending to be Case 3 Lang, while all the while he was Case 5 Lang. Super, honestly, bravo, game. He wasn't, yeah, I have like a dull point too, like the rest of it is the same one you all. That sucks. Using Franziska as the bait, you were able to gain us entry in the investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. I thank you. You know, I just noticed how big Lang's head is in comparison to Edgeworth. It's like, it's twice the size. Big-headed man. And somehow, if we're able to find some proof investigating this room, Then you would be able to figure things out, a real culprit with your very special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of the prosecutor. That's just how it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know all about that. Oh, he went full on tsundere. But there's one thing I know that I'm itching to see. That old man gets what's coming to him. He had it coming. Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? Hey, you were about to say you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Agent Ling, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring?
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser! If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Oh my god, they keep... I have permitted the term so lesbian. If Franny wasn't so lesbian, the whole I'll be taking someone home as a souvenir and you should take responsibility is very flirty. Yeah, it is. I remember like back when I was younger and like I did not understand the age gap between 19 and 27. I kind of shipped them, but honestly, Franziska is very lesbian. Very much so. Dignity. That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would have like to first see some of the thing you call evidence. Grr. I tell you, I knew nothing really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule it for fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? Gah! He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. And he's going to be continuing to do that until this game is over. The proof that Interpol has him after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find this proof now, then we can see that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? The trump card and the videotape. Those two items. We might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence for a case Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a prosecutor of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Needless to say, the Palmers are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. And by any means necessary. Oh no, he feels shackled by the actions of his foster father. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. Bad, yeah, he's here. He showed up just for you. And I won't follow the path of the Atagrasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands with illegality. If I want to pursue justice, then I will use the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And which path is the prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice one must make by my own hand, here and now. Well, we gotta use the trump card. There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. If a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into a new territory. For what reason the law is invented? The answer to that is what I must show. These themes will be followed up in I2. Yeah, they are. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directive card used by the leader of the ring to rely on instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? This card was sent by the real culprit to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manikochin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, Diatagarasu. Diatagarasu gave you that to you? Don't talk nonsense. Let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from a ringleader? I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given. What? This contains security footage was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? The card in the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Oh, very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed of these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented. The prey the Atagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. So what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me? The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. This is my favorite track in the game, by the way. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. For this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves the card was used to relay an order. I think it's the knife. The knife in the hand. The karma and the bed, the hunting, the narrative lol. Yeah. Wait, no! Wrong thing. Ah, no! Is it the Atagarasu card again? I think it's just I need to point the card. As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card of the right hand. I see. And killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card is the one you have. Just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, and does it now? Ah, but there's a very easy way for me to prove they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. The blood. This is dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders from the card were played out in this terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can easily verify that as a fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. You see, your hair is kind of curly. It's probably you, Alba. This car that passed by the front of the victim's apartment building. How old is he again? I mean, is that a... Like, I'm not certain... I mean, I'm pretty sure this happened later. Maybe this isn't Manikochin. It might be. I'm really confused by who this guy is supposed to be. He's 72 and he's supposed to be 62. Yeah, maybe it is him, maybe it's not. It's an official Condopian car. Welcome to the stream. We are currently closer to unveiling the truth. Welcome, Sundancing Kitty. I hope you're having a good day. We missed a lot of funny moments. We had a lot of funny ones. Francisca from Karma's startup failed miserably. What? Dex of Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. Oh! This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring to Condopia. I think this is just the same art they used for the car. It might be, it might not be. This looks just like the prosecutor's badge. Persona 4 intensifies. I think I need to present the badge. Wait, this area for directly yeah, it's this.
Take that!
No, it's the wings. Wow, I'm so Stop it, I'm not tired. I just forget clicking. I forget how to click. Oh my god, he told me to retire? You dumb fuck, I'm only 26. Pretty sure it's this.
Take that!
The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it. It's Tuesday, in it. Wow, me and my skills, huh? I wouldn't mind retiring at 26. Yeah, if I had the money. It turns out that without a doubt, this person in this car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car is also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find who was sitting in this car that day, 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you are riding in this car on that day. You've done well, boy, to make it this far. Ladies and gentlemen, we found Palpatine. Oh boy, we found Palpatine, and he's gonna be here for a while. However, about your claim that I was riding the car at the time, that's going to be nigh too difficult to prove. How so? The Principality of Condopia no longer exists. So naturally, all records of the time period also no longer exist. Ridley Uptaunt. Yeah, he did the Ridley Uptaunt. The arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? The only weapon I have left now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him, and that's when I need to present the badge. I see.
Take that!
Yeah, it's pretty easy. What the? Ambassador Alba. Yes, what is it? You were once an army man to service of Condopia. And it was you who made many missions to participate in success, correct? Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Condopia. But now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal. I like how this medal, like this medal specifically, it really looks reminiscent of the prosecutor's badge. Like it has, it's not the same, but it's similar. In that case, the only person who could be sitting in this car is you. How did you figure that? By the metal captured here in this footage. It's clearly the same exact metal as the one on your chest. What? Oh my god. This is just really fucked up. Alba, Grant, Gant, Karma, and a certain other character in I2 are the Evil Man Council. They certainly are. And if we want to include like character, there's also like a character from The Great Ace Attorney. This is how it'll be, but I won't look back. Well, this is the path I have chosen. Grr. You move me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far. It looks just I might lose the little game this time. You might lose the game this time? You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You are going to confess? And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Masked Second's murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified as self-defense. The Master Second attacked me, and I felt my life was in danger. Which is none. Yeah, no danger. He's also lying about the self-defense, but he's doing it for a reason. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one. He is a bit funny. I like how he laughed back. Wow, you two really know how to laugh in appropriate times. I like how Kay points out, like, sometimes what the audience is thinking. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But that's what you require, I'll provide it. A man left a mark on me when he attacked. Yeah, I forgot Kay was here, TBH. There is a lot of characters in right now. Gumshoe as well. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was really self-defense. Oh. Okay. Yeah, she's... I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But the mask didn't have a single weapon on his body. Hold on, it's nothing to get worked over because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as I am an ambassador. Old man titties, wow, absolutely. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears. It's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during the struggle, but that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. As you see, it was an act of self-defense. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both a wound on the weapon and that caused it, it's enough to declare so. No way! Oh, which reminds me, I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge was going on. No way!
Knuckle back!
Stop spewing nonsense. I'm trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be considered connected by you. The murder of the Master II was done in self-defense? He is very cowgirl. Yeah, she kind of is. In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact I think you may have forgotten. Oh, chat, he's gonna say it. He's about to say the line. He's about to say it. And what is that? Ah! That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. Diplomatic immunity. Haha. That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted will never be tried in your courts. Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of the people who have confessed their crime. That's the court's job. The final boss is just a dude who can't be tried in court. Yeah, but it fits thematically. Ugh. And I've already confessed to all my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by this very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. Yeah, in this court game, it's true. These rights are effective even in your country's soil, therefore. No matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. That arrogance and your expression, that's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Yeah, call him Jimmy because the guy's really bad at taking responsibility. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. These crimes you speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. Alba Gamer confirmed. You may chase me out of this embassy with all your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in countries all around the world. Oh my god, the mouth washing, yeah. All you would accomplish is that you would change the backdrop of our little game. These two layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought to court. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. Ugh, is there nothing we can do? To be continued. It's the final boss of chess meme with Alba. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, it's a video. Hold on, I wanna look it up.
Что ж, ты готов сыграть?
Да.
Подожди. Миш, у меня для тебя одно важное признание.
Okay, I'm gonna play the Dark Souls meme one. Okay.
Вовника. Этого чемпиона мира СССР Анатолия Карпова.
Why do I hear? It's called Why Do I Hear Boss Music, and it's with chess. Is it like the video where you have like the kid, and then you have like the guy who's talking with him, and then he brings in Anatoly Karpov? Okay, hold on. I gotta show it to you guys. It's really funny. Hold on. It's really funny. I'm gonna share it. It's really funny. Browser source. I don't think there's gonna be any issues. Like, I want to show what I found. 7 times. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. I'm gonna show it to you, and then we'll continue the game. Where is it?
Что ж,
Right?
ты готов сыграть?
Да.
Подожди. Миш, у меня для тебя одно важное признание. В отличие от тебя 3-летнего, я,
There's an
40-летний
animation
лоб,
one?
играть в шахматы не умею. Поэтому мы тебе нашли достойного противника. Я приглашаю в эту студию
I'm gonna show it.
12-го чемпиона мира по шахматам, международного гроссмейстера, заслуженного мастера спорта СССР Анатолия Карпова.
so shocked! He looks so nervous now! Oh no! He's about to beat his ass! Oh my god, that was really funny. There's an animation. There's an animation of that. Oh my god, caught you again. It's fine. Hey! Hey Shalev, good seeing you. We're currently Antoni Capo. I don't pause. Just animation. 3-year-olds have... I think that's the one.
Ты готов?
Oh my god, I'm going to show it to you guys. I want to show the animation. But like I'm also gonna be streaming. This guy is very much a gentleman. Yeah, he's probably a Russian gentleman in life. Hold on, I'm going to I need to do some work. I know anything Ace Attorney, but I need someone to be talking around me. What's good? We're currently not watching anything Ace Attorney. I'm watching this. There we go. It is, however, showing. I do need to crop it a bit. Yeah, I am playing. I'm just taking a small break to shoot to see it funny. Okay. There we go. I did not want to show my okay. I thought you were playing. Anyways, I'm now going to show you. We're now gonna be watching the video together, and then I'll go back to playing. It's very homoerotic usually. Okay. Let's see.
Сыграть.
Да.
Подожди. Миш, у меня для тебя одно важное признание. В отличие от тебя 3-летнего, я 40-летний лоб. Играть в шахматы не умею.
Шахматы.
Поэтому мы тебе нашли достойного противника. Я приглашаю в эту студию.
Wait, I want to... This is really funny. There we go. I wanted it to be below me. There we go. Now it's fine.
12-го чемпиона мира по шахматам, международного гроссмейстера, заслуженного мастера спорта СССР Анатолия Карпова.
Oh my god, this is really funny. Oh. Okay, hold on. So that was the scene. Okay, we're gonna be back to playing Ace Attorney, but it was fun. Thank you for telling me there's an animated version. Why would you do that to a child? I hope school is fine, Shaleb. The Extraterritorial lobby. I can't believe it, sir. Extraterritorial, dude. That's Alba, though. Yeah, it is. He is definitely much the final boss of chess. The Dark Souls music. Oh my god. It's really funny. Yes, and there's nothing we can really do about that. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice. I can't believe, even though we know he's the boss, we can't lay a finger on him. Solid logic chess isn't I1. Yeah. I know. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sorry to skip out on you, but I've got some business to take care of. If we can't give an evil guy like him a slap on the wrist, then what the heck are laws created for? What good are they? If the law can't help us, then I'll go as the Autogross and take care of this myself. Don't you dare. Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, that was a bit too harsh. I know how you feel, sir. We're trying to take on an ambassador after all. And he did not... You're useless, Edgeworth, you piece of shit. This is kind of their country, I guess. But I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job. What am I going to do? Should I retreat for now and formulate a better plan of attack? Hold it! Come on, everyone! We can't give up yet! Okay. I want to think of something for a sec. We've never let up for even a second, as long as we don't stop investigating. We might find a rotten treasure hidden there. She's right. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You're right, Kay. Very well. Let us reopen the investigation and see what you can find. Come on, Kay. Right behind you. Okay, I'll go check on the ball a bit more, sir. And I have something I need to investigate further in Alabast. And now it's just me and Kay. Now then, before I gather any more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping. Passion Flowers data erased from my organizer. Okay. Ambassador Albus seemed to be agitated over something. I wonder why. There are two special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extraterritorial rights. If something happens on Alabastion's soil, we are unable to legally prosecute him. Cool. Sounds like the embassy's our perfect place to steal whatever you want. Okay, no! And murder the Master Second run a smuggling operation and make a counterfeit bills, apparently. I thought all the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Coach and Babal. Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do it. That's really silly. What you got, like, it's... I really imagine one meme from iCarly, like, what you got there, a smoothie. And it's like, you have Manny Cochin, and you have Palaeno. And Palaeno is, like, the Carlene scene that she goes to, Manny Cochin's like, Manny, what you got there? And then, like, the ostrich is the counterfeiting operation. And he's like, a smoothie. I think you guys got the picture. But it's the same story over there anyway. Babal also has extraterritorial rights. Which brings me to my next point. The ambassador's extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even in our own country. No matter what happens, it can never be tried in our own courts. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongdoings he might commit, we can't bring him to trial here. So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we? We might stand a chance if we somehow not nullify either one of his special rights. Let's see what's in here. This was not here beforehand. This was taken right before the two ambassadors gave their bouquets to the Steel Samurai. Wait, is this just my imagination? Or is there something in this picture that I've seen before? Yeah, it's the blade. Can't believe he gave him a fucking knife. It appears to be the bouquet of Persian cyclamens and roses. Wow, you even know the exact species! You know, this is the opposite of Phoenix, because Phoenix only knows sunflowers and tulips. I never figured you out for an expert on flowers. Oh, it's because my sister is a plant girly, is why. Ugh. It's all because of those flowers that old lady sends me every month. Also true. Shock face. You know, when I get emotes, I'm gonna make a shock K emoji and then you guys can spam it. Get me to 50 followers, please. I want to be a Twitch affiliate. Just look at me. I sound like some sort of botanist. So, what is this yellow flower here? That one I'm not sure. But also, Phoenix uses his then an art major to roast everything. That is true. What? You don't know? As far as I can recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. But I feel as though I've seen this shape somewhere before. Now, we can deduce. Or it is, you see, the alabaster knife. Babal's national symbol is the butterfly, and alabaster is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide the tree in a forced trick.
What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle on his knife. Ah!
Ah! I mean, it was less of a scream and more that. Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be in the blade that killed Mr. Coach. The weapon that killed him was carried through the Theatrum Neutralis. And this very bouquet Ambassador Alba was carrying. The flower motif. It looks like one of the flower petals is missing.
Oh, and take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal.
The knife in this photo is most definitely the same as the motor weapon. Okay, so we figured that out. We have the Steel Samurai, we have this, we have that. I say we continue investigating. I'm gonna see... Okay. And this is all we could find in here. It is nice the game is not a... Let's see, what else can we examine? What is this? Hello, and welcome to the Embassy of Evolve. I'm sorry, but I don't really need to enter your country this time. Right now, for a limited time, they're here at the Babalese Guard. Let's see. We're entering a very special experience, the Terrifying Fire's Ashes Tour! Wow! So how about it? Shall I sign you up? Well, fine, thanks. We have an investigation to run. Something tells me that their economical state is not very good. Well, the only thing we can do right now is to do some logic. Oh, I want to see what Kay has to say about Alba.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you pay attention, Ambassador Alba is gonna get away.
Yes, I know.
Now hurry up and do that swing thing you always do.
Oh my god. She's aware of the fourth wall. I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? You don't? Oh, come on, you know what I'm talking about. That thing you do.
We're talking about the logic.
Yes, that's it. So hurry up and let's swing already.
Kay's really getting to the swing of things, huh? Alright. To be honest, it's been a bit of a hard time to connect everything until now just by looking. However, I should be able to piece things together if I take another look at my leads. Perhaps now it's time to use my logic and reason to find the truth. Okay. I pressed the wrong button again! It's Q for questioning. I think he doesn't want us to investigate the counterfeit. No. I can't seem to clear a connection between these two pieces of information. Man, I'm already in half health. Maybe there's something else in here and we still haven't investigated and we need to. Not that I see it, to be honest. You can see the Babalese embassy, which is undergoing major renovations. From room expansions to grant their upkeep, it looks like a lot of construction is going on.
Mr. Palladino said that this work is really hard on him. He said it since Mr. Cochin passed away that maybe I could work part-time for him.
I find it funny how they just made Phoenix and Edgeworth adopt daughters. I mean, fair, but like, again, for me, it's more like, Kay feels more like a little sister than anything else. But like, it's fair. She got really chummy with that ambassador.
What can I say? I just have a good nose for money.
She sure does. Okay, so we can't examine this. Neither this. I think we need to do some logic connect. Oh, what's this? It's a backdrop they used in the Steel Samurai stage show today. Edgeworth already has a little sister. He can have a second one. And Kane and Francisco are like 2 years apart. You can have a second one.
I love the climax of that show. Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash.
That was the first time I'd seen that special move.
But, well, the Jammy Ninja stage show's climax was much better, of course.
There was that effect.
That scene where he was sang for Princess Misola and gave her those hair sticks? I could totally feel the love there in my heart.
Perhaps the Jammy Ninja is just more popular with the female audiences. Maybe. Maybe the renovations are connected to it? Oh, they are connected. How so? We know that the counterfeit bills were printed using the embassy's press, but the necessary materials such as the baubles, ink, and paper must have been hidden in a secure location. But what do you think it would have happened if the renovation had begun?
Well, he probably had to find a better hiding place or get rid of it all.
Right, so we can assume that the renovation was the cause of the plate and bills disposal. And the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know, what do you think? Who do you think is the one who has the most to gain? Probably Curious Alba. It's the one person who has been erasing all evidence of the smuggling operation. For both embassies, the co-conspirator who was mopping up, Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba has a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin. And that's why we know he's pissed. It's because we're on to his ass. The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we may find. And the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said it herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight. If we do take her words at face value, then the reason for the ambassador's nervousness can only be one thing. He didn't want us to discover the real circumstances under which Mr. Cochin was killed.
Then you mean Ambassador Alba is the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends.
Maybe they were, but what if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship?
Oh, I get it! Wasn't Mr. Cochin pushing really hard for Mr. Palaino to be ambassador after the unification?
Yes, and that's the real reason why he wanted to steal Alabasta from the statue.
So Mr. Cochin hired the Masked the Second to steal it for him. But when Ambassador Alba found out what he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin.
It is definitely a possibility at this point.
Those who are really thinking of no one but themselves. But the question now is, how did he do it?
Ambassador Alba was in Alabasta.
But Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babal, right?
Right, and that is what we must solve next. I believe we now understand why Ambassador Alba was nervous and agitated. It must be something to do with where Miss Cochin was killed. A place where the Alabastan ambassador was likely to meet the Balinese Mr. Cochin. The place where Ambassador Alba happened to commit the murder is...
Take that!
Theatrum Neutralis. The only place that makes sense here is at Theatrum Neutralis.
What? Here?
The Goodwill Avenger was being held today, correct? So the only place where the both of them would have been seen here is here.
But if that's the case, then everything changes. This theater isn't actually Alabastian land. So that wipes out one of those extraterritorial rights he has. It makes logical sense, in which case,
it is the reason for us to investigate further.
So what should we check out?
Let's see. I believe we should check the immigration records for both Alabasta and the Babal's post-haste. The Babal's records should be easy to obtain, however the problem will be Alabasta. I wonder if they will allow us to see the records despite the order to vacate.
Objection!
And there she is! She is so bad. I'm already one step ahead of you, Miss Edgeworth. Franziska. I have here the security footage from both Alabasta and Babal. You would do well to look at its contents. Look at her go, getting us evidence. You move fast. A Von Karma strives to be perfect in every way. I wonder if I can already look at the evidence. See, okay, so 521. Oh, we moved around 522. Look at how frumpy he is. And then it's the Steel Samurai, and in Babal nothing happened. There's a surprise. Franziska always being the Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, she also did that in case 2. In game 2, what I meant. It's not my nature to keep retreating like this.
I took the liberty of looking over Babal in the investigation reports as well. From now on, you will make no excuse to back down oaths that we can't solve this case.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We won't be beaten. Because my cute subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he?
She'll do it in Act 2 as well soon enough. We love Franziska. I can imagine him going and pinching his cheeks. Hasn't she patronized me enough? Hasn't she patronized me enough already for a lifetime? It's little sister behavior. Yeah, I love them too. So this video contains footage from Alabasta immigration screening area.
I really hope there's something in here that we can use.
So he went from Alabast, and then 2 minutes later, which minutes footage should I examine? Let's check this one. Well, it's Larry. What's in here? Doesn't something about this lump's shape strike you as odd?
Huh? Isn't it supposed to be this shape?
No, there's clearly something odd about this bulge. If only we had a pushcart himself, we can compare and confirm my hunch. Next, let's check the footage from the Ball security camera. I hope it shows us
something good. Phooey, there wasn't a single sign of suspicious person or anything.
Oh, the bulges, of course.
Yes, that's right.
Right there is the contradiction.
Huh? Did I miss something?
You didn't miss anything, because there was nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochin entering his own country.
But wasn't his body found in the ball?
It would appear that the true face of a final puzzle has finally revealed itself. Full health! Let's go! Ambassador Alba! I thought I'd ask you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I thought I should let you know that this theater sits on my country's soil. You've had your fun. And I have enjoyed a little game. I didn't see that you even achieved a new high score. Since when is he such a gamer? What? I completely forgot about that. What the heck? His theme song should be that one shitty Life is Like a Video Game song. You know, the one.
My life is like a video game. Line hard to beat the stage.
Always has been named. Yeah, I think I just blocked it out of my mind. However, once you have recorded score, the same game can never be replayed again. You understand what I'm saying to you? The game is done. It's game over. No.
Objection!
Where do you think you're going at this time of night? After admitting my crime, I was overcome with regret. So I am heading to the airport now to return home. I am afraid I can't let you do that. There are still too many issues we need to discuss with you. You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it. Ugh. Hold it! Please, may I have a little bit of your time, Ambassador Alba? How meta is that the final boss saying the game is over? Yeah, it is. He's super meta. Ridiculously so. Ambassador Palaeno! Even just a teeny tiny bit is fine with me. The already strained relationship between our countries is a precarious situation, you know. Very well. If you insist, I will play just one more round with them and see what they want. What do you think is Cursius Alba's favorite video game? Feel free to write that in the chat. Not that it'll get me farther. Ambassador Palaeno. Mr. Edgeworth. All I wish is for the normalization of relationships between the two countries. Chad coming to the rescue. Yeah, honestly. This guy is a literal ray of sunshine and coupons. Kissed by the sun. But there is one person standing in the way of that dream. I believe in you. You will do what's right. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Now then, I believe what was it that you wanted to ask me about? I do have a flight to catch after all. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question. That's more than enough, because I only have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi and how you couldn't have killed Manny Cochin. Huh, I see. You seem to have a good hand this time around. This should be fun. This really is the very last chance we have to bring him down. I won't allow even the atom-sized contradiction to slip by. Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicions here. I want to say Alba loves Mega Man to the tree man meme. Yeah, maybe he is a Mega Man player. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Cochin and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was in Alabas the whole time. So simply, it's simply not possible for me to have killed him in Babal. That is my alibi. So that is your alibi? That is correct. It's simply not possible for me to have committed the crime in Babal. Now that we cleared that up, I appreciate if you would move out of my way.
Hold it!
I said hold it! What is it this time? I thought you only had... I told you I'd only allow my question. You did. But you still haven't yet to really answer one question. What? Until you tell us the truth, I refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing. Well, I'll play with you just a little longer. Miles Edgeworth, as my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors. You are forbidden to lose. Of course, this is something I've understood from the start. That guy's one who ordered my father killed, didn't he? Yes, I believe so. The goal of the first Yatagrassi was to capture the smuggling rings later. My father and Uncle Bad. Their legacy will live on. Through me! She's cheering for you in honor. Yeah, I know. Tough love, you know. So that's why we've just gotta catch him, okay? We will. I promise. Now, Ambassador Alba, let's have the truth now, shall we? No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same. Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba... It is a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Colchin and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point... Oh, I should make a Dave emote. Yeah, again, tell your friends I'm looking for people to follow me. I'll probably do the one where he looks very upset because it's my favorite. There's a specific emote I really like. So it's simply not possible for him to kill the ball. That is my alibi. I mean, but he did leave.
Hold it!
Or maybe it was entry. And what exactly did you do while you were in Alabast? I had a meeting with the Steel Samurai and then I arranged a few files. Around that time, that thief who was sneaking in took me by surprise.
Objection!
Are you saying that was the second that made the first move? Yes, but it was after I was attacked and hit him with the head with the pyramidal statue. Unfortunately, he died from the blow and it was act of justified self-defense.
Objection!
Calling it that doesn't cover up what you really did. Cover up? No, my boy. I'm not covering up anything. I'm telling the truth. You weren't planning to admit it, which is why you tried to threaten the Steel Samurai. If you weren't an ambassador, I'd be letting my whip fly loose on you right now. I'm terribly sorry that I didn't clean up the body better. But I'm a busy man. I had a speech to give on the Rose Garden after that, you know.
Objection!
But despite that, you still had time to kill Mr. Cochin, didn't you?
Objection!
Man is evil. I'm sure you're familiar with the facts, but... Mr. Cochin was killed in the ball while I was in the way of Alabaster. She can't stem. No! So Mr. Cochin was a friend of Ambassador Alba.
If that's true, then why did the ambassador kill him? It's not like in the case of my father when he was ordered someone to do it.
The problem is that we have here is we don't know what their exact relationship was. Indeed, if they had complete trust in each other, then there is no motive for murder. However, both men were very selfish, and I believe that is from where the motive arose. So we're looking for motive.
Hold it!
It's not a hypothesis. Earlier, we proved that to be what happened. Well, let's leave that to the side for now. Because it doesn't change the fact that I have no motive. Oh, so you really have no reason to kill Mr. Cochin? If you want to suppose I had one, then why not? I'll indulge you. After all, this is nothing more than a silly game to me. Ace Attorney investigate. Turnabout Blaze drinking game. Take a shot every time. Cursius Albus's game. I think he already said it like more than 5 times. Even if it's not how you see things, I'd appreciate if you'd take me seriously. I'm sorry. I suppose you are in a bit of a pickle. Very well. A game is no fun if the plaything field isn't level. There, he said it again. Therefore, I firmly claim that I have no motive to kill. Now let's see if you spoke it. I couldn't stand there looking proud of me. He knew he's a killer of the human being. But I'm not going to stand by and just watch him get away with his crimes. What motive would he have to kill his co-conspirator, chat? Hail doesn't murder your audience. I mean, you don't have to drink beer. You don't have to drink alcohol. You can just drink water. I mean, Monty Cochin wanted to steal the Primitive statue, didn't he? That's enough of a motive, to be honest. And the counterfeit plate as well. But maybe it's the videotape? There's a bunch of things I can present here, so I'm just going to use the good old cheat of save scumming. I mean, it could be the tape.
Objection!
It's not the tape. It could be... It could be the counterfeit plates.
Objection!
It's not the plates. I completely forgot what I need to put here. Maybe it's the trump card? I completely forgot, like, what evidence do I need to do, because,
Objection!
Nope. Not to mention how bad said numerous members of the Thing were trying to take down the leader. No one's... I mean, it's true. I mean, you tried to take him down. But Yu is a bit of a snake, to be honest. I think she just did it because it's in her nature. It's not the plates. Maybe it's the fact that he was willing to steal it? Ah, that was also good. If you want to know, I believe you did have a motive to kill. So did the guy from case 1. Yeah. To be honest, he did. Like, you mean Jack Portsman? I mean, to be fair, yeah, he was trying to, like, steal the files and maybe do something from him. It was because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. But you had your own reason too, namely that you wanted to pin the smuggling ring on him. Evil begets evil, and because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess.
Objection!
I don't believe this. You're a bad penchant for telling tall tales, Mr. Prosecutor. And if you're not, then I suppose you have some proof to support your argument. I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The contents of the note is a request calling for the theft of the alabaster primitive statue. By killing him and pushing all the guilt from the smuggling ring onto him, you walk away spotless. Yeah, it really is important. I like how everything ties together in this one. No, that's his boyfriend. It's kind of gloves. No, that's his boyfriend. It kind of loves. Yeah, it's true.
Objection!
No, he's. Are you finished with your hypothesizing? Excuse me? Let's suppose I did have it. Even so, a motive or thought alone can't kill. Isn't that right? I didn't expect him to resort to playing this semantics game with me. It appears that this is where the real battle will begin. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what? I told you from the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question. Ah! Ambassador Alba, if you could please give us just a bit of a moment of your time. It doesn't matter what kind of man he was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out who the real cause of his death. That is something for the ball to figure out, and something to which I have no relation to. Ah! I'm fucked, Edgeworth! Now he's even turning down requests from Ambassador Palaeno. I'm very sorry, but it seems like not even my voice falls on deaf ears. There is no need for you to apologize, Ambassador Palaeno. We must find some way to stop him from leaving. It seems there is no further objections. In that case, please allow me to return home. Pahomie, hold it! Hold it right there, Ambassador Alba! Okay. Like you said, Mr. Edgeworth. The Autocracy's legacy will live on through me. Yes, but how do you suggest we stop him from leaving? You just leave that to me. Ambassador Alba, do you recognize this? Why should I recognize that Tatardolo organizer? Wait, where have I seen this before? That is a clue my father, Byron Faraday, left for us. Did you say Byron Faraday? Mr. Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is from the second KG8 incident. The one of which he wrote about the Atagarasu's... Wrong voice! The one in which he wrote about the Atagarasu's key. Yes. This organizer belonged to the prosecutor you had Miss Yu killed 7 years ago. Huh. I have no idea what you're talking about. You say that it was related to me. Inside this organizer, he wrote up every detail of every evil thing you did. What an amusing little girl you are. That sort of trickery won't work on me. If you don't believe me, then take a look at this. And what is that toy here? This thievery device was used by the Atagarasu, or rather, by my father. 7 years ago, he used this when he snuck into this embassy. What? These two pieces of evidence that hold information about the Atagarasu dug up on you. If you go home now, I won't hesitate to leak it all to Alabast, right behind you. But chat, but Kay Faraday is a bad thief. She doesn't steal anything. She just threatened. She just threatened an ambassador that she will leak information about him that her father had, which was stolen. People who say Kay didn't steal anything or didn't have zero reading comprehension. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, holding it. Yeah, she's holding him in gunpoint. Oh, she's a bad assistant. She doesn't do her job. Read the visual novel. No one understands this book like I do. Little girl, get to the point.
I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time.
This is why I too villain kill. Yeah, it is, because she's a menace to society! He knew she was dangerous! She's an information broker, she's Edward Snowden! Wait, was Snowden the information leaker? What did Snowden do? Yeah, he's an Edward Snowden.
If you win, then I'll hand over these 2 pieces of evidence.
The Garasu, even the soul ever be thrown in my side. She's so great. Such a good assistant. Okay, does the organizer really contain any information on the dirty dealings?
It's nothing case-breaking, really.
Ah, then it was just a bluff.
Even if it was, we still can't let all the info my father and Uncle Bad go to waste.
It's still leaks. It wasn't just, I mean, shut the fuck up, Edgeworth. Bluffs are ways to win cases. Have you learned nothing from your boyfriend?
Plus, just the existence of a little thief is troublesome enough for him. Those 2 pieces.
I'm the keepsakes of your father.
It's okay. I believe in Mr. Edgeworth. He'll come out on top in the end.
Okay.
When the going gets tough, sometimes you gotta be there to pull the wind back in your sails. After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature. I respect women's rights and their wrongs, after all.
He hasn't found family. Let's go. I refuse to lose these 2. Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony. How dare you all, barring a person like me. Ambassador Alba, your testimony, if you please. Alright, but this is the absolute last. I'm gonna use all the power of the Ambassador Palladino's office. You won't stop me. The 2 women that mean the world to him, they do. I can't let this opportunity he has created for me go to waste. However, Chad, it's getting late. And we are going to be doing his second alibi next week. Next week on Saturday. Honestly, you know, I don't feel like the case has dragged just yet. This is still very hype. This is still a lot of fun. I still haven't gotten the part where I feel like the game is grading. I'm having a good time, but I do know that like it's all. But maybe it's because I know that this is not Alba's final testimony, and we still have a few other things to prove. But I don't feel like it's too long. It's fine. There's still a lot of endgame to get through, but we'll get through it bravely. So yeah, thank you so much for attending today's stream. And I will be, yeah, it is such a cool game. Unfortunately, you also saw some spoilers for like the ending of Ace Attorney Investigations, but no, I don't know if you care about that, but it's a really, really cool game. The entire Ace Attorney series is cool. Even the games I like less. I think that Ace Attorney has been mid at worst. So like I don't think there's a bad Ace Attorney. I don't think there are bad Ace Attorney or unplayable Ace Attorney games. And I still stand by that, to be honest. But yeah. Thank you so much for it seems like a vibe. Yeah, Ace Attorney is a vibe. And Ace Attorney Investigations, the first one, is how I got into the series. But yeah. I hope that I gave you guys something good to listen to laugh at, or laugh with. Investigations is very different from the rest of the series, but it's my fave. Yeah, I love the vibe. Also, the music for Ace Attorney Investigations is fucking dope. I mean, so far this game has been a fun romp, but I am looking forward to revisit Investigations 2, which will be very soon. So I am very excited. We'll probably do it the stream after the next, or like after we finish it. But yeah. Wait. I'm trying to toggle out. Thank you so much for attending tonight's stream. And until then, before that, don't forget to follow me if you enjoyed the stream, or tell your friends I'm streaming. And until then, stay frosty.